All right, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all. A couple of faces I haven't seen in the new year yet. Happy New Year to everybody. So welcome to our intro presentation. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35, 40 minutes with you. So it's a fairly short, sharp business proposition. It is very much a proposition, not a presentation. And so I hope you're able to make a decision once we are done. I hope to give you enough information and enough faith in our business that you're able to take a little leap of faith and decide, okay, let me try this business and see how it goes for me. So, to start off with, I almost forgot about my audience online, which are usually more people than are here. To my audience online, good morning. Let us know where you are. We always like to know where they are dialing in from. Dialing in is a very old term. We don't dial into the internet anymore. I remember that little modem used to scream at me in the old days. We don't dial in anymore. We're on all the time, aren't we? So let us know where you are. Anna's on the live stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask the questions. For my live studio audience, if you have any questions, reserve those until we are done. You are welcome to come speak to me, but I'm sure you're being hosted by somebody. Someone's introduced you to DuePoint. Go speak to them afterwards. All right, so let's begin. We are, as DuePoint, a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. As Constantia, we've been around for a very long time. We're a very well-established insurance company. We were founded in 1952, so we are heading to 70 years of age. We're a business that has typically never dealt with consumers before, so it's a brand that you might not be aware of. But now for the first time through our division DuePoint, we are most certainly getting in front of the faces of consumers, and so that's why you find yourself here today. So DuePoint is fairly new. We were formed about close to 4 years ago now. So in February 2016, we opened our doors for the first time. I'm going to give you a little bit of context as to why we formed this division, because it has certain relevance to you, right? Because we are inviting people to partner with us in this business, and so you need to know what the vision, what the mission is of this business. So when we created the business, our ambition was to create a business that could create social impact for South Africa. We wanted to create a business where South Africans could get involved and create, to be a little more specific, not just social impact, but financial impact for yourselves. So I generally ask everybody, why are you here this morning? I know why you're here. I hope you know why you're here. We're here for the cash, right? You're here for money. You want this business to serve financial impact for you, and we hope to do that. We've done it for thousands of other South Africans. And so what we did was we built a business that is very much centered around social entrepreneurship. That's a lovely word, social entrepreneurship, where community is able to get involved in entrepreneurship, get involved in business, to make a difference in your own life, to be able to put effort in and see the results of that effort, where we don't get to enjoy that at work, right? You can work your bum off in January. Your boss isn't going to say, "Oh, you worked so hard this month, I'm going to give you extra 20%. Or if the business has a cracking January, right? Does the boss say, everyone gets extra 20% this month? Right? We don't get to enjoy that upside. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, is that you become accountable for your efforts. Right? And that's what we've done. We've opened this business, this insurance company, for you to come take part in enjoying the upside of the effort that you put in. And so what do we actually have to do? What is the mandate of everybody in this business? So the partnership requires, the result of the partnership needs to be DuePoint becoming more successful, greater, so that we can reach more people in every corner of South Africa, so that we can serve that social impact, that financial impact that we had that initial ambition with, that serves the whole country, so that we can be part of the solution in our wonderful country. Right? And we're inviting you to come help us do that. And so if you're able to do that, what happens is all you have to do is go out and connect other people. That's all we ask you to do. Go spread the good news. Go tell other people about DuePoint, that there is opportunity when there's so little of it in our country at the moment, right? We're all moaning, we're all worried. There is still opportunity to be found, right? And if you can go out and connect people to our business successfully, you get to start creating a stake for yourself in an insurance company. That sounds very boring. I have a history of being involved in the creative industry. So I studied design. I eventually opened up my own ad agency at the young age of 23. Ran that business fairly successfully for 15 years before I exited the business. And never in my life did I think I'd join an insurance company. As a creative person, you think insurance companies, that's where creativity goes to die. But I've certainly proven myself wrong, because this is a very vibrant business. And we get to invite you to come create a stake for yourself in this business, right? And insurance companies can be very lucrative businesses if they are successful. If you look at the most successful insurance companies in our country, those individuals, those shareholders, those founders, those people that have a stake in those businesses are billionaires. They're billionaires, right? And we're inviting you to come be part of that journey for us. And it never happens in the short term. If you're here for the short-term money, I have an option for you, but ideally, I want to see people get involved in this business in the long term so that we can change your life and your family's life for generations. That's our ambition, right? And we're seeing people do that, so it's very exciting. So you get to create what we call a channel of distribution for yourself here at DuePoint. You create your own channel of distribution. That's your stake in this business. And if you're able to do that, you get to share in the upside. You get to share in these benefits that we have here at DuePoint. And so the number one benefit, the reason why we're all here is that you get to create additional income for yourself, right? The nature of the income is what we call recurring income. Because one of the beautiful things that insurance companies typically create is real annuity income. You would appreciate this. I certainly learned the lesson the hard way. That's why I exited the business that I started, that ad agency, because we didn't create any annuity income. I found myself in a position where I had to work every hour to earn money. If I stopped working, the money ended. Right? And so as an agency with staff, with designers, programmers, account managers, back-end staff, if we didn't do work that month, we earned nothing. Right? And as a company, you've got all your staff that goes on leave over December. All your clients are going on leave in December. And so you don't produce any income in December typically. January is a very slow month. We don't produce any income. We dawned on the realization very quickly in our business that we weren't able to create any annuity income, that we would have to work for the rest of our lives if we wanted to create income. But you have businesses in South Africa that create annuity income. They create recurring income. My father warned me of this when I was a kid. He's a gold miner, right? So he understands that unless he's pulling ore out the ground constantly, running shifts 24 hours a day, they run shifts 365 days a year. They've got people working on Christmas, over New Year's Eve, at night while we're all sleeping, while we're on holiday. There are still shifts happening at these mines because they don't produce any income unless they're pulling ore out the ground. But you have insurance companies that create things called book values, and book values have annuity income. And the beautiful thing about annuity income that are based on these assets called book values, typically in insurance companies, is that we can close our doors next month and we will still draw an income, right? And you get to share in that benefit. You get to create annuity income. You get to create recurring income in this business. We are not sales-based here at DuePoint. We're not commission-based. We are not activity-based, right? I'm going to expand on this when I talk about the power of creating income based on an asset instead of your activity, right? And we'll see some wealth engineers that have done it. I'll show you some people. I'll tell you their stories. We enjoy the power of duplication. We allow you to build a team around you that will help you build your channel of distribution. And you will benefit out of their effort. That's what we call leverage or gearing, right? And so you can increase your income much faster with a good team around you than you would ever on your own, right? And you get to enjoy that. Our business, we have invested heavily in technology. We're very focused on the technology that affords us the ability to do this business conveniently, easy. It makes it simple. It allows us to do things faster. And so when I say we want the social impact to spread into every corner of South Africa, we can do that because you don't have to be in Bryanston to do this business. You can be in a rural area. As long as you have people around you, as long as you've got people that you can speak to, as long as you've got some internet connection, you can still do this business, right? And again, we've got testimony from real people in this business that don't even leave home. I'll show you a person who's built this business from a farm in the middle of nowhere, right? And that's because of the technology. Our business is very much about wealth creation, but at the same time, always when you create something, you need to protect it. And so the wealth protection aspects in our business are reflected in our products and also some of the services that we give our wealth engineers for absolutely free. So when you become a wealth engineer and you're an active wealth engineer, you get a legal access service, which is basically access to a lawyer 24 hours a day, 365 days a year for no charge. Absolutely no charge. You can phone up a lawyer any time of the day just because you're a wealth engineer. Ask for advice. Get advice on contracts. They will help you with all kinds of things from a legal aspect. And then the business has been purposely designed to have very little risk. This is a kind of anti-intuitive, because typically when you get involved in entrepreneurship, you know that the bigger the reward, the bigger the risk you have to take. That's always been what entrepreneurship has been like. And in insurance, that's a premise for insurance, by the way. In insurance, the greater the risk, the more they want you to pay, right? But here at DuePoint, we've designed this business for people to get involved in with very little risk involved. There are many other business opportunities in South Africa, but they usually come with a price tag. They come with risk. They say to you, oh, we need you to buy the starter kit. We need you to buy this big box of samples. We need you to buy boxes every single month. You need to hold the risk of that inventory that you keep. You want to get involved in investments. Well, you need to put in your own investment, 20,000 Rand, 30,000 Rand to invest. We don't have any of that because that would jeopardize our ambition of creating social impact. Because not everyone who gets involved in DuePoint is successful. And so those people that aren't successful at DuePoint, I would hate to know that they've lost something. And so we don't have that burden here at DuePoint. You can get involved in DuePoint knowing there's no boxes you have to buy, there's no starter kit, there's no registration fee. And so you should be at liberty to want to try this business without any fear in your heart. Right? And so that's very important for us. At the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. And then very importantly, you get to build an asset. This is where I said I was going to expand on that point, that we're not a business based on activity. You are going to be using your activity to build an asset. But once you've built an asset, that asset is what pays you, not your activity. Right? The beautiful thing about an asset, and by the way, you own your channel of distribution here at DuePoint. You have legal tender over it. It means you can sell your channel of distribution. Right? For whatever reason. We've had a number of people selling their channels. Some have left the country. Whatever the reason, they were able to sell their channels, this thing they built. Assets don't retrench you. That's a big one. That's fear that hangs over everyone's head currently. Retrenchment. Right? I know this all too well. My wife is a labor litigator for the biggest private employer in the country. They were retrenching constantly. And everybody, not just miners. Everyone thinks, oh, it's the miners getting retrenched. Everyone was getting retrenched. People, lawyers, accountants, engineers that she worked with at head office, they were also getting retrenched. No one is free of being retrenched, right? And so we have this fear hanging over our heads. But here at DuePoint, the effort you put into building a channel of distribution, you know that that will never retrench you, ever. It will never retire you. Your boss can't wait to retire you. How old are you now this year? Boss always says, oh, it's your birthday. How old are you now? 35. Oh, another 30 years. 30 years before I can retire you. Right? They get to buy you a cake and send you off to pasture. And that's when the day that your income ends. And it's scary for South Africans. I was speaking to a couple of brokers at the end of last year. They had a massive broker conference at the Discovery head office here in Sandton. And they were just saying that investments are failing South Africans, right? More and more South Africans who thought their retirements were secure are realizing that they aren't. Investments have performed poorly. Inflation has hit everybody hard. And suddenly people getting into their 60s, close to 65, are realizing, I don't have enough money to get through, right? And that's even a small percentage of people. The larger proportion of us, we don't have secure retirements. We don't look forward to those days when we get told you don't have to work anymore. And you're actually thinking in the back of your head, actually, I do have to work. When I retire, I've got to go look for another job. I've got to become dependent on my children, on my family. I've got to downgrade my lifestyle to such a degree that I lose my dignity in the process. And so building an asset that you have ownership over, it never retires you and it doesn't stop paying you at 65. DuePoint will carry on paying you through your golden years. And who says you can't be active as a wealth engineer in your golden years? My father's 73. He's just signed a 10-year contract with a new company. He's forced to work, by the way. Fortunately, he loves his work. But, not many of us have that ability to be employed at the age of 73, let alone sign a 10-year contract, right? And so DuePoint will pay you through your 60s, your 70s, and even upon death, that asset doesn't disappear. It doesn't. You've built something tangible. You're not selling. You're building here at DuePoint, right? And that thing that you built, this channel of distribution, when you die, you get to pass real wealth onto your beneficiaries. Real wealth, Not, here's my funeral plan, bury me, see you guys around. Right? They get to bury you with dignity and then really celebrate your life, because in your life you decided to build something instead of just work for somebody with nothing to show for it at the end of it. And you get to pass this legacy on to your children, on to your grandchildren. And that's what we hope people see in future. I know we're all suffering. I know everyone's terrified for January because you got paid really early in December, right? We all got paid like on the 20th, I think, of December, and then you forgot. Then by the end of December, you think, when's my salary coming through? Then you realize, I got paid 10 days ago, and then you panic. And then we default on payments in January. The debt collectors get very busy over February and March and April, right? We know that. And so I know that you are stressing typically about January, as we all are, and February, but I want you, in this presentation, I want to open up your mind and get you to look beyond the end of the month. Look beyond the end of the month. I want you to think about the December. Think about December. What December do you want this year? What is your 2020 December going to be like? Is it going to be the same December where you try and budget what you're going to spend so that you don't panic in January? Or do you have a 2020 December that's wonderful? I want you to think about your retirement. I want you to think what you can build in this business in 20 years' time, not in 1 year. 20 years, 40 years, think about that, right? That's where magic happens, when you can lift your eyes and look onto the horizon. So the importance of building an asset, right? And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in our business. No selling. I told you, you're not here to sell, you're here to build. There's no selling. You're not going to be selling any one product. Insurance products, investment products, you're not going to be selling any of that. That's my job. I do that for free. What you're going to be doing is going out and telling people about an opportunity that exists that they can get involved in. All you have to do is convince someone to come sit down for 35 minutes. That's all you have to do. That's the only convincing you have to do. You have to look trustworthy enough for them to believe that you're not trying to rope them into something, right? So I can say, all the guests here this morning, these guests trust those wealth engineers enough to come sit down for 35 minutes, right? And I'm sure we will not have let you down. I hope the 35 minutes will be of value to you. I hope this will be the beginning of something, the beginning of growth for you. And so at the same time, because our products are intangible, right? Always tease the people about those boxes, because I know people have been involved with boxes. You've got boxes in the boot, samples in the car, boxes in the garage. Your spouse can't park the car in the garage because you've got the boxes there. The boxes have got expiry dates on. So we don't have that inconvenience at DuePoint because we've got IT systems that take care of all these products that we have in your channels. And that distribution happens automatically. And so you never ever have to worry about that. But what you do have to worry about is growth. It's about building. And it starts with that first commitment of saying, yes, I want to partner with DuePoint. I want to become a wealth engineer. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn quickly. And you become a wealth engineer and a product owner. And then you're tasked with going out and speaking to people. The magic lies in the ability to get people to come sit down for 35 minutes. Right? And so you can become a specialist in that. And this is a little example. We've got 5 people that have joined your business because of your efforts. Right? And this is a demonstration of leverage because those 5 people, look what they're doing. Look at your channel, your business, your asset. Look how it's growing. It grows organically whether you like it or not. We've got standing jokes in the office of people that have come to this business, got involved for a couple of months, maybe 1 year, and then left. They disappeared. And their channels are still growing. And they're still growing, and they're still growing. We had one lady that we looked at. She joined in the very beginning. Unfortunately, she didn't leave because she wanted to. Her husband had massive health issues, and she had to relocate and really just end up looking after him. But her business is massive. She has about, I think, 6,500 people in her business. She's unaware of it, right? Your business will grow whether you like it or not because of the leverage that we afford you. And so this is what your channel could look like. Every little dot represents a product owner that affords you every month what we call a DuePoint return. So every month on the 17th, we pay all our qualified wealth engineers. They get those magic little SMSs from the bank that say, DuePoint's credited your account. instead of debited your account, right? It's a horrible thing don't you hate that word, a debit? Debit, you just hear the debit and you shiver. Ooh. Especially in January, right? And so it's magic to get a second SMS. You get your salary SMS at the end of the month, and then in the middle of the month, like magic, you get another SMS saying you've got some more money injected into your account. Knowing that you've got control over that amount, that you can build it. It can get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as your channel grows, right? And so how do we pay our wealth engineers every single month? This is a very simple table that shows you our remuneration structure. Anyone you introduce to DuePoint falls on what we call your first point. So any personal introductions you make, you are in control of point one, right? That's your point that you're in control of. And on point one, those product owners afford you 55 Rand every single month, right? So if you went out and connected 10 people this weekend, DuePoint would be paying you 550 Rand, 10 times 55. Every month, it's recurring income. It's not once-off income. You don't have to run to those people and sell and sell and sell. You say, you see this new sample? Smell it. Do you want to buy it? You don't have to do that, right? You've got this wonderful leverage afforded to you with the greatest of ease, right? And so that 550 Rand based on 10 people, you can extrapolate that over a year. You can say, wow, if I connect 10 people, that's of value of about 6,000 Rand a year to me. It's 550 times 12 months, right? And when those people go out, the people that you've connected personally go out and connect other people, that's your second point. And look, on your second point again, we allow you to earn 55 Rand for every product owner every single month. If you had 100 people on your first and second points combined, all paying their products successfully, that means you're earning 5,500 Rand a month. Now suddenly we're sitting at 60,000 a year, right? Just on 100 people on your first and second point. And so those second pointers go out and connect people onto the third point, and so on and so forth. As your channel grows, you see, as the product gets further away from you, that multiplier drops, and then all the way to point 8, you're still earning 4% of that 27 Rand 50, right? So it's about 1 Rand 10 per product every single month. But we don't stop you there. There's no limitation. We don't place any limitation on the size of your business here at DuePoint. You have got unlimited potential to grow your business, which means your income has got no limit placed on it. Think about that. That is true entrepreneurship, where there is no limit. You are the limit. Right? You're the only one with your foot on the gas. Everyone else is in the back watching. You can stop and get out the car and walk home. You can take your foot off the gas a little bit. Doesn't mean the car disappears. Still rolling. That car's still rolling. You're still getting paid every single month, even though you're not doing anything. And then when you gather your thoughts again, you can put your foot on the gas again and keep building, right? And so this is how we pay our wealth engineers every single month. To give you some context as to how much money you can earn in time, because I know everyone's panicking in January, and well, how much money can I earn in January? We'll get to that. That's very short term. We don't really talk short term here. But this is a path that shows you your earning potential over the next 5 years. Right? So I want you to have a 5-year plan. You can take this plan as your own if you want. This is based on someone who's able to connect 2 people every single month on their first point. So they're building their first point by 2 people, 2 new people every single month, without fail. They don't take December off and November off and January off. They work 12 months a year consistently for 5 years. What can they do? After 6 months, they'll be earning about 2,500 Rand, but very quickly, right? Any leveraged growth happens very fast. Exponential growth goes like that. Slow, 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 slow. Right? That's exponential growth. Right? And so you might think, well, 2,500 Rand, phew, 6 months of work just to get to 2,500 Rand. But look how quickly it jumps. Month 12, you're earning 9,000 Rand a month. After 24 months, suddenly 30,000 a month. After 3 years, you're going to be close to 50,000 Rand a month. After 4 years, close to 70,000 Rand a month, and then after 5 years, you'll be close to about 85,000 Rand a month, which is R1,000,000 Rand a year. Now, I know that you're thinking, 85,000 Rand a year, I'll never get to that point. Right? You don't have to worry about month 60. You have to worry about month 1. In month 1, can you get qualified? Which means, can you connect 3 people in month 1? Then every other month, just focus on 2 or more. Don't go slower than that. If you go slower than that, then the car's going to stop. It's going to stall. Then you embarrass yourself as you drive past the people looking at you. That person doesn't know how to drive. Right? So this is academic. I know this is academic, and that's why we always have to show you real people doing the business. Right? The proof is in the pudding, so to speak. So here we got Peter and Rena. I was telling you about, I said I was going to show you wealth engineers who have disappeared from our business and they still earned every single month. So this is exactly what they did. Peter got involved first. Right? When we launched the business, Peter got involved. He started doing DuePoint, started earning a couple of $1,000. Thought, this is great. Then he just took his foot off the gas completely. Even climbed into the back seat. Wasn't driving for a couple of years. We paid him every single month regardless. Why? Because we don't pay you for your activity, we pay you for what you built. We don't pay you commission, we don't pay you for sales, we pay you for your built. Peter built something. It allowed him to earn whether he was working or not. Even if he took 18 months, 2 years off, didn't see him, we paid him anyway. At the beginning of the year, they both got involved in the business, right? So then Rena sat on his lap and they both put their foot on the gas. And their income quadrupled in 9 months. Their income went up 400% in 9 months. Tell me where you can enjoy that. There is no job in the world that will give you that increase, right? Why? Because your boss is in control of your salary, right? When you're in control of your income, you can give yourself whatever you want if you're willing to work for it. And so there's their numbers. Almost 8,000. This was data we pulled probably the end of November. So end of November, their channel value was sitting at almost 8,000. Look at the leverage. They didn't connect 335 people. They connected 33 people. They've got 33 people on their first point. But those 33 people went out and found another 300 for them. That is leverage again, right? That's why you can have a 400% in your income. If you can get a good team that builds, it's like multiplying yourself. I sometimes wish I could multiply myself. Then we've got Philip Frew on a farm outside George. Not even in George. George is already a small town. This is outside George on an equestrian farm, right? So he didn't see people and you're not allowed to sign up horses. So he had to do everything online. He had to do everything online, and he did it really well, because in the space of 9 months, his channel value jumped to 20,000 a month. In 9 months. That's why I say you've got control over your income. You don't have to wait 6 months to get to 2,500 rand. You can get to 20,000 rand in 9 months if you want. You can build faster than Philip if you want to, right? And there's the leverage again. He has 100 people, 101 people on his first point. Those 100 people went out and found another 512 people. Find good people. Find good people, right? You're building almost your board of executives, your board of directors is your first point. Find good people, people that are going to work, the people that are going to give you that leverage. And so we've got thousands of people joining the business. You can go look at all the testimonies. They are all on our YouTube channel. Go look at all the stories. We've interviewed all of these people to try and get little nuggets of gold from each one of them. To go, how do you do this? How do you build? How do you deal with the challenges? Right? Go watch those testimonies. They're very powerful. On top of the rewards program, we've got a returns. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program. So the rewards program is added benefit for every single wealth engineer. So not only are you getting paid on the 17th of every month, but now DuePoint is saying when your channel gets to certain sizes, these milestones, we call them ranks. When you get to certain ranks, we will give you extra stuff, rewards, right? And they take on the form of holidays, cars, cash checks, tools, business cards, all kinds of things. So we'll go through these quickly. And this is just a sneak peek into the first third of our rewards program. So at rank 5, you get a business toolkit made up of DuePoint merchandise. At rank 7, we give you very fancy business cards that cost us, I don't even want to know what the cost is. We've got someone about to hit rank 7, and we have to go get these cards manufactured again. And with inflation, I'm sure that's 17,000. 17,000 rand we spend on one set of cards. Why? Because I know, because I worked in advertising, so you can trust my opinion on this. I know when you go out and you sit down with someone, you've asked to meet somebody, can I come show you something? And you sit down with them and you don't have a business card. Or you got that funny one on the corner that cost you 300 rand for 500 cards. The one with your face printed on the front. You can trust me. When you put one of those down, it is nothing compared to putting down a 17,000 Rand business card that is foiled in gold. This business is largely dependent on the first impression that you create with other individuals. How do you speak to them? How do you deal with them? How do you dress? Do you look professional? Do you look like you invested in the business you're trying to be a proponent of? Right? This is all building trust in the face of that prospect. And these 17,000 Rand business cards do wonders for you, because there isn't a single business person in South Africa who has got business cards that cost them 17,000 Rand for one set of cards. And so DuePoint must be good. Let me see the presentation. Right? At rank 9. So did everyone see the new rank 9 video? Did you see the rank 9 highlights? Yes, yes, yes. Did you show your guests? I'll show your guests, don't worry. Our rank 9 reward is when you get an invitation from DuePoint that is addressed to you and your family to say we invite you to our rank 9 international conference. So it is an international trip. We fly business class only, always, at DuePoint. We take your family along. It's 7 days to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, and it's an all expenses paid trip. So in other words, we send a car to come fetch your family at your house, and you don't spend a cent until that car drops you off again. You don't spend a cent. We pay for everything, which is a bit crazy for the kids because they eat so much sugar on that holiday that they all come back diabetic. No, I'm joking. We try to watch them. We try to control the kids. So we have documented our last, so some of our health engineers have been on 4 trips with us. So this is highlights from all of those trips. Have a look. And I want you to imagine, thank you. I want you to imagine yourselves joining us in December. You've got 11 months. 11 months. We've got wealth engineers that have done this in 5 months. You've got twice that time. Thanks, Jens. So what do you think about that? Might seem like it's far away, right? But it's available for everybody. And you don't have to do it in 5 months. You don't have to do it in 12 months. If you want to take 3 years to get to rank 9, take 3 years to get to rank 9. It's not a yearly incentive. It's not like at work where the salespeople get told, if you reach this target this year, then you get the prize. We're saying for all our DuePoint Wealth Engineers, it can take you as long as you want. The moment you get to 1,000 paid products in your qualified channel, you rank 9. 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. Brand new car. So that's just happened for one of our wealth engineers. In December, I went to Thunderbale Park. It's my uncle's park down the road. And Lynette and Frikkie were delivered their brand new car on the floor of the dealership, big red bow. Salesman was very good. He had champagne for them. I think he heard a cameraman was coming, so he pulled out all the stops. And you get to enjoy that at rank 11. A brand new car parked in your garage, no debit order at the end of the month. Your car. No DuePoint stickers on the car. Your car. And by the way, the car Lynette and Frikkie chose were 7-seaters so they can bring guests to DuePoint every day. I'm not even kidding. That lady, you've got to be careful of that lady. She's got a vision in this business. Don't get in her way. Fortunately, we're not in competition with each other. And so that's rank 11. That's a sneak peek into our rewards program. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. 28. These people that you see in rank 9 and rank 11, they're looking beyond that already. They're looking at the rank 14 trip. They're wondering what's at rank 15, what's at rank 16. We want you to join us in this journey. Join us. We're all heading in the same direction. You won't get lost. So that's the rewards program. But our business is very much built on our products. Our products are probably the most important aspect of our business because they have to answer the needs of South Africans as well as people doing business here at DuePoint. And so we've built products to be accessible to everybody without discrimination. What does that mean? So in insurance, you will know that there is discrimination insurance. I will say to you, how old are you? I want to see your doctor's records for the last 20 years. Right? And then I'll price your risk. I'll say, oh, you're very healthy. Okay, for you, $250 a month. Oh, for you, how old are you? Oh, you've been going to the doctor a lot this year. For you, $1,000 a month. We've removed that. We've removed that risk aspect from our products. And so the products become accessible to everybody over the age of 18 at the same price, with the same benefit, right? And so Access Wealth is our first product. It's an investment and an insurance product bundled into one. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund in your name. You've got full access to that fund. And then the insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So that's Access Wealth. Then we've got Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is insurance only. So there's no investment portion. This is just insurance. It's going to cost you 249 Rand a month. Right? That's about a quarter of a DSTV license every single month. And it affords you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And again, it doesn't matter what your age is, as long as you're over the age of 18, the price is the same for everyone. We've got Family Wealth, which is our funeral cover product. This is arguably probably the best funeral cover product in the country. It starts at 299 Rand a month. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of cover, funeral cover, includes 5 family members of yours that you can put under that cover. You can increase the cover to 30,000 Rand if you wish. You can even increase it to 10 family members if you've got a big family. You as the principal member also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. And again, we've removed that risk profiling from this. So there you see, no excluded pre-existing conditions. It doesn't matter what you or your family's health status is, that doesn't become a problem with this product. You do, however, have to get in under the age of 70, but once you're in, once you're undercover, so you can join this product at the age of 69, we will cover you until the day you die. You can live to 120, you will still be covered by Family Wealth, right? It becomes a whole of life product, as we call it. And then we've got Legal Guard. Legal Guard is legal indemnity. So for 249 Rand a month, you get 250,000 Rands worth of legal indemnity, right? For as many matters as you want. And along with that, you get a lot of legal services to the point where they'll go with you to CCMA matters. They'll help you with all your contracts. The most used service with this product is landlord-tenant disputes, right? I haven't had any disputes with my landlord, but supposedly it's a fairly popular dispute. And so this is legal indemnity, legal services that they cover you for. You can add family members to this for only 25 Rand a month. Okay? And then we have wealth points. So finally, wealth points is financially natured. It's not a traditional financial product. For 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy all the discounts and services that we've negotiated with the partners that you see listed there. So you look at those businesses. I bet you spend money with a couple of those businesses already. The point of this product is that if you enjoy the services or products of any of these people, if you are a wealth points member, you will get discounts and services added to that for no cost. Well, for the 299. And so our hope is that for that 299, you will bring your monthly expenditure down, right, if you use those partners. And so you will be able to spend less every single month. If you can spend less, inflation is less of an issue when you go buy groceries, when you're buying airtime, when you're going to look at buying a car, all these things. And perhaps you can get to that status of wealthy sooner. So go watch. We have review videos. We've got more information on our website. If you become a wealth engineer, make sure you know your product back to front. Back to front, right? They are designed to be simple and straightforward, and those review videos cover all the things in the contract, the exclusions and all of that. But it's straightforward stuff so that you know your product really well. The Achiever Quest. So this is the one for the people who are suffering this month, who are going to suffer. This is a good one, right? This is where I throw down the gauntlet. You want quick money. Who wants quick money? You all want quick money. Even the people building slows, I still want the quick money and the long-term money. Give me both. Right? So how do you earn quick money? You have to work harder. 2 a month is not going to get you the Achiever Quest. You have to do 10 a month at least. If you can connect 10 people into your business on your first point successfully who pay in the same month, we will give you an extra 5,000 Rand on top of your return. Right? If you do 20, we'll give you 10,000 Rand if you do 30 people. So almost a person a day. If you can do a person a day, we'll give you 15,000 Rand on top of your return. So I'm waiting for a wealth engineer, a brand new wealth engineer, to come put 30 people in their first month and earn 16,500 Rand in their first month. That would be amazing to see, right? And that's available for everybody. I'm putting that on the table. You have to decide if you're willing to come. Try grab it. Right? It is available for everybody. So that's short-term money. A little bit of background on our business. I always say, I've got no problem with people arriving skeptical. When you walk in here, you go, I don't know about this place. You're looking around all skeptical. Your eyes are like this. I don't mind that, right? But we have to answer the skepticism because you're here and I'm spending time telling you about the business and now I want a decision. But you still got the skepticism. Answer the skepticism. How do we answer skepticism? With information, with knowledge, right? And so I've tried to dispense a lot of that information with you. I've told you, we're established business. We're nearly 70 years old. There's a 70-year track record that you can go look at. Go to the DuePoint site. Go to the Constantia site. We know that Constantia is a registered insurance company. So you can go to the FSCA's website, right? The regulator. Go type in Constantia. Look at the financial licenses they have. You can Google us, see if the regulators ever had a problem with us. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. So know that we are listed. If you're listed, it means you've got to be audited publicly. These are all things that should set your mind at ease. And go, okay, if I'm going to put effort into a business, this is a business that looks like I can be proudly partnered with. Because you can be, but you have to answer that for yourself, right? Especially if you're putting your accountability on yourself of going to connect other people. If you're going to go connect other people, say, come, put your time into this business. You better believe in the business yourself, right? You don't want to lead people astray. So make sure, be happy with the business that you're partnering with. So go look at all the information. That's the FSP number that we operate under. And so what is the decision? And the decision is not whether you want to join or not. I'm speaking to the people that have already gone, yes, I want to join. Those people are the people I'm more interested in. I'm not trying to convince the people that don't see this, right? There's just a portion of people you just can't convince them. For whatever reason. Don't ask the question, why? Why do they not see it? Don't ask that question. Put your focus on the people that go, yes, I'm interested. And for those people, the decision is, how are you going to fit DuePoint into your life regularly? Not as a hobby, not as a New Year's resolution, as a regular fixture in your life. Because if you do DuePoint regularly, if you commit to this business regularly, it will change your life. I guarantee that. In your first month, you can be earning in this business. There are almost no entrepreneurial ventures that say to you, you can make profit in your first month. In big business, we look at only making profit by year 5. If you can survive to year 5, you're doing well in entrepreneurship, right? I'm telling you, you can make money in your first month. That is the decision. Are you going to make this a regular fixture? Getting started, very simple. Register as a wealth engineer. The person hosting you will help you register, right? It's a simple process, happens online through the mobile app. 5-6 minutes, you'll be registered as a wealth engineer. Download the DuePoint app for yourself. We've got free Wi-Fi in the office, right? We're doing a workshop after this. Make sure you download the app if you're coming to join me for the workshop. Watch the training videos. We've got a whole bunch of training videos to help you become an expert in a business that will make you money. And yet people still don't watch the training videos. I don't understand. Maybe it's that portion of the people you don't ask the question. Don't ask them why they don't watch the training videos. Go speak to the people that have watched the training videos. But go watch the training videos and then connect 3 people, because you're here for the cash. And to earn the cash, it starts at person number 3. We don't pay you for person number 1. We don't pay you for person number 2. The moment you connect 3 people successfully, that's when DuePoint deems you as a qualified wealth engineer. That's when you start earning. And so your first goal as a brand new wealth engineer is to find 3 people. If you can find 3 people, you can find 3,000 people. Okay? There's the social media platforms that we're available on. Connect with us on these platforms. That's how we keep community, the whole country in community with DuePoint, is through these channels of communication. Download the app. It's available for Android and Apple devices, and then the merchandise store on our website. On the website, we've got a button that says store. Click on store, go order yourself some merchandise. Whether it's a 25 Rand notebook, or the business cards, or all of it, get something. Get something, because when you sit down and you've got nothing that says you're part of DuePoint, but you're trying to tell this person, come sit down, they go, you are an amateur. I do not trust you. You don't even trust the business. You're just trying to take a chance, right? Go invest in yourself. Get some business cards. Get a notepad. Get a pen. So when you sit down, you look like you're DuePoint, right? Go do that for yourself. Straight after here, we've got a workshop. So we call it the launch workshop. It is about a 45-minute workshop, depending on how many questions you ask, on how to start earning as quickly as possible. What are the fundamentals? The business is built beautifully. There are only 2 fundamentals in our business, and we will go over those fundamentals and a little bit about the app so that you can start earning as quickly as possible without having to know everything about DuePoint, right? So we really focus on the 2 most important aspects. We'll do some admin questions with you. You can ask me any question throughout the presentation, throughout the workshop. So that is going to start at, I always like to start it earlier if we can. Let's start it at 20 past. 20 past 11. I will come round you all up for those interested in joining us in the workshop. If you're a wealth engineer and you've never been to a workshop, come to a workshop. All right? Very powerful in getting you up and running as quickly as possible. And with that, I thank you for your time this morning. You've been a good audience. I give you A. Not an A+, A. But that's good enough. You go, yeah, proud to go home and say, Mom, I got an A. But sincerely, I wish everyone finds prosperity this year. I would love to see smiles on everyone's faces come December saying, 2020 was awesome. Because your friends are all going to be moaning, 2020 was the same as 2019. I thought it was going to be better. They all moan. Come December, everyone starts moaning. 2020, they pop up the memes. Looks like a cat has been ridden over by a car or a bus. Say, that was my 2019. That's going to be my 2020. Make it happen for yourselves. This business empowers you. This business will give you your dignity back, because when you feel in control, you feel dignified, right? And that's what we want to do. I hope you find that for yourselves this year. Good luck.